あの子が持ってるシャーロック・ホームズ全集。あの作者はコナン・ドイル。彼はフランスの作家ジュール・ベルヌの影響を受けて失われた世界という SF 小説を書いた。そのベルヌもまたアレクサンドル・デュマを尊敬していて、それで書いたのがアドリア海の復讐。デュマの小説モンテンスカーフはフランクツォーという名前で日本に親しまれている。これを最初に本番したのがヨーズ長考の主体ロイワル以降、彼は明治バベルの塔という小説に作中人物として登場する。その小説の作者が山田風太郎。彼は戦中派闇日記の中で「鬼木」という小説を「無作」という一言で切りつけた。それを書いたのが小道氏。彼は若い頃新青年という雑誌の編集長で、彼と一緒に編集してたのがアンドロピノフの著述の渡辺の交通事故死を春雨という文章で追悼したのが谷坂淳一郎。その谷坂の雑誌で文学論争を展開したのが芥川龍之介。芥川論争の数ヶ月後に自殺を遂げた。その自殺前後の様子を踏まえて書かれたのが西田百景の山高帽子で、その百景の文章を紹介したのが三島由紀夫。三島が22歳の時に僕はあなたが誰だと面と向かって言ったのが太宰です。太宰は結局で死んだ友人に君はよくやったという追悼文を書いた。それがあそこの女性が読んでいる裏作につけ、全ての本はつながっていっている。
Do you ever have those dreams that are just completely real? I mean, they're so vivid, it's just like completely real. It's like, there's always something bizarre going on in those. I have one about every 2 years or something. I always remember them really good. It's like there's always someone getting run over or something really weird. One time I had lunch with Tolstoy. Another time I was a roadie for Frank Zappa. Anyway, so this dream I just had was just like that, except instead of anything bizarre going on, I mean, there was nothing going on at all. Man. It was like the Omega Man. There was just nobody around. I was just traveling around, staring out the windows of buses and trains and cars. When I was at home, I was like flipping through the TV stations endlessly, reading. I mean, how many dreams do you have when you read in a dream? Like, man, there was this book I just read on. Well, it was my dream, so I guess I wrote it. But man, it was bizarre. It was like the premise for this whole book was that every thought you have creates its own reality. It's like every choice or decision you make, the thing you choose not to do fractions off and becomes its own reality. It just goes on from there forever. I mean, it's like, in The Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy meets the Scarecrow, they do that little dance at that crossroads, and they think about going all those directions, and they end up going in that one direction. I mean, all those other directions, just because they thought about it, became separate realities. I mean, they just went on from there and lived the rest of their life. Entirely different movies, but we'll never see it because, we're kind of trapped in this one reality restriction type of thing. And another example would be like back there at the bus station. As I got off the bus, the thought crossed my mind, just for a second about not taking a cab at all, but, like maybe walking or bumming a ride or something like that. I'm kind of broke right now, I should have done that probably. But just because that thought crossed my mind, there now exists at this very second a whole other reality where I'm at the bus station, and you're probably giving someone else a ride. I mean, and that reality thinks of itself as the only reality. I mean, in just a very second, I'm in that. I'm back at the bus station, just hanging out. Probably thumbing through a paper. Probably going up to a payphone. Say this beautiful woman just comes up to me, just starts talking to me. She ends up offering me a ride. We're hitting it off, go play a little pinball. And we go back to her apartment, and she has this great apartment. I move in with her. And see, if I say I have a dream some night and I'm with some strange woman I've never met, or I'm living in some place I've never seen before, see, that's just a momentary glimpse into this other reality that was all created back there at the bus station. And then, I could have a dream from that reality into this one. That like this is my dream from that reality. Of course, that's kind of like that dream I just had on the bus. The whole cycle type of thing.
이 지구상 어느 한 곳에 요만한 바늘 하나를 꽂고 저 하늘 꼭대기에서 밀실을 또 딱 하나 떨어뜨리는 거야. 그 밀실가 나풀나풀 떨어져서 그 바늘 위에 꽂힐 확률. 바로 그 계산도 안 되는 기가 막힌 확률로 니들이 지금 이곳 지구상의 그 하고 많은 나라 중에서도 대한민국 중에서도 서울 안에서도 세연고등학교 그 중에서도 2학년 그거로도 모자라서 5반에서 만난 거다. 지금 니들 앞에 옆에 있는 친구들도 다 그렇게 엄청난 확률로 만난 거고 또 나하고도 그렇게 만난 거다. 그걸 인연이라고 부르는 거다.